right, my good peoples. Good morning. Good morning, man. It's your boy Hot Grits JR. Welcome to the Grits Kitchen. It's early, but we got some early slates, man. We got a full day of baseball. Looking forward to it. A little pissed off last night at that postponement in that Texas game, but, it's all good. You live and you learn. Everybody's got burned by postponements and weather games before, but back at it today, man. I think it's from the early look, the only weather concern I saw was the Yankee-Baltimore game. So keep an eye on that, but let's rock, man. Let's rock. I'm ready to get my face back today, you feel me? So let's check it out, man. Let's get an idea of what's going on. We got like 3 sets. We got a very early, it has 5 games on FanDuel. Then an early only, I think it has like 4 games. And then the main starts at 6:40, and that has 5. So they're breaking it up, but we're gonna take a look at everything real quick. All right, so just looking at this right here for the early games. We got a few lines out. Atlanta, Minnesota at 10. Tyler Alexander against Nova. These look like pitches you might want to target against. All right, so here starts the next set of games, the 2 to 3. Houston look like they're in a good spot. Chicago looks like they're in a good spot. And then your main calls Boston against Sparkman. All right, we'll check it out. Some implied run totals. Let y'all see that. All right, now I got this part sorted by opposing K rate, just to get an idea. And then I like to come over here and try to match them up. So Lucchesi against Seattle looks like he may be in a good spot for the later ones. Don't worry, we're going to go plate IQ too. This is a quick overview. Maybe Brendan McKay, 6,700 early, might be a good spot. Paxton later. I don't know about this Plesac. We're going to see. Zach Gallen looks like he's in a good spot. Garrett Cole, of course. That doesn't look good. And then down here, you can kind of see who's not in good spots. I mean, Jack Flaherty, he strikes them out 28%, but he's going against the Dodgers, and they only strike out at 19%. So that's going to be a tough matchup. But look at some of these other. Look, Houston against Lambert. They don't strike out, and he doesn't strike out a lot of folks. Charles Means against New York if they play. Cleveland. All right, so we're starting to get our teams. We're starting to get an idea of what teams we might be wanting to target here. This is another overview. I like this page. Kind of just breaks it down. As you can see, Boston, both sides of the bat looks good here. Milwaukee left-handers look good, which means Christian Yelich will probably be in one of my lineups tonight. Wouldn't be surprised if he hits another home run. When I say Houston lefties seem to be in a real good spot. So who's that? Brantley and Alvarez and maybe Riddick. I mean, don't just discount the right-handers. I mean, but you maybe want to start your stacks if you're going with a Houston stack with some left-handers. The Cubbies, the right-handers, same thing with them. Don't just discount Rizzo and Schwarber, Haywood, but I would start with maybe some right-hand bats, maybe a Bryant. Get him going. San Diego's in a real good spot for the main. Cleveland, early, maybe Oakland. San Francisco seems to be in a good spot. Detroit's in a good spot for the early. Washington seems to be in a good spot. St. Louis lefties. My goodness. I'm going to have to look into that. This guy might just have low plate appearances or something. Miami, maybe. Texas, maybe. So let's just bust this down real quick. Let's hit this plate IQ. Matter of fact, let's go to this dashboard real quick. Just get another idea. Just a quick overview. Yeah. Looks like Miami is a decent spot. Detroit may be a decent spot. But these are just bad teams, man. I mean, they can score runs, but God, who the hell want to watch that game? Either of these games. God. Oh, man. Albies, Donaldson. Thank you. Cleveland. Homer Bailey. Says he's in a good spot, but I don't trust it. San Francisco, some of that righties it looks like. Against Ross. San Diego. Pittsburgh, they got Pomeranz here. Gotta see who's starting. Boston lefties. Look at that. Look at that. Be careful with this Yankee game. Careful with that Yankee game. All right, let's rock though, man. Like I said, I'm just looking for some high WOBA, some high ISO, and really get an idea what teams I want to target. I mean, Miami is in a good spot, but at the same time, it's Miami. Do you trust them? Or would you rather put Mats in? If I had to pick, I think I'm putting Mats in over Miami bats. It's too inconsistent. Yamamoto, he's been pretty decent. He's no one to pick against, so striking out both sides of the plate. I would probably fade the Mets today. They could go off. They could do nothing. I don't know. But these numbers are telling me that maybe I don't want to attack him. Now, if I had to pick bats out of this game, I guess I would pick Miami bats just because the numbers tell me so. You know, if you really wanted to go that route, maybe hold on, let's see. And he's striking out a lot. I really don't want none of them. I would just fade this whole game personally, but, you know, if you're going to pick some bats, maybe the Miami bats. Texas, Cleveland, Mr. Plesac going against Texas. It's been pretty decent against left-handers, but the righties. Ground ball rate. This is fly ball rate. He's ain't that bad for this season. That's the season on the lefty. So I don't know, man. I would try it. Like I said, hold on. We're gonna go. Let's check out his last few games. You know what I mean? See what Plesac's been doing. Very early on. Mats, here we go. Plesac. Man, they got him projected pretty high. Yeah, he's been, look, against Kansas City, he had 2 good games. Came out in Detroit, stunk it up. I just can't trust him, man. Last game against Houston, 6 hits, 1 home run, 4 earned runs off 93 pitches. I don't know, man. I think I'm getting some Texas bats in. I'm not sure who yet, but Texas is definitely on my radar. Yesterday I had Mazzari in, so I might stick with that. But Elvis Andrews, definitely a Santana. He's been probably their best hitter this year. So I would go with him. Let's see what Cleveland looking like against Urado. And it's looking like wonderful. Not a lot of hit distance, but again, we're in Texas, so that should take care of itself. All they got to do is get the bat on the ball. So I'm really loving Cleveland. Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Puig, Ramirez, even Kipnis. Hell, even Reyes. He's got a lot of pop. They got him from San Diego. So I like Cleveland bats. Probably my favorite stack of the early. Chicago and Detroit. Detroit hitters against Nova. I mean, he's giving up power to the lefties. Not really striking out many folks. Even got a high wOBA against righties. I mean, Detroit is in play. I mean, with a small slate, you got to sometimes suck it up. You know what I mean? Pick some guys out of here. So I may look into maybe a Brandon Dixon, maybe a Jacoby Jones. Castro, maybe. He's probably going to be cheap. I'm not going to go crazy and full stack him. Well, maybe I should. I don't know. I got to see how the lineup construction look. But, I mean, Detroit, according to the numbers, are in a decent spot today. All right. Now, Chicago against Alexander. He's giving it up to righties a bit. Lefties, he's doing pretty decent. But righties, my goodness, the hit distance, over 214, 219 ISO, 361 wOBA. So this would be a chance, man, if you want to get some of those Chicago White Sox bats in. Get your Anderson, Abreu. Man, Abreu's been kind of stinking. Jimenez, Castillo, maybe. Try them out, man. Get you some right-handers. Maybe a Garcia if he's leading off. Get him in there. All right. Atlanta, Minnesota. Perez going against Atlanta. It's been pretty decent to lefties and righties. Babbitt. Let me see what he's been doing. All right. So he's been averaging about 6 innings. This is the tough one, man. Atlanta's good. Atlanta's real good. Wind blowing out. They got a 331 wOBA against lefties. 174 ISO. I don't know if I can get behind Perez, man. Acuna, Albies, Donaldson, Duvall. I think I'm interested in some of those bats. Let's see what we got on the Minnesota side against Fried. Look. Lefties. Doesn't give up a lot of power at all. Maybe some righties. I mean, if Nelson Cruz just keeps... I mean, at this point, it's like you got to get him in your lineup. I mean, I don't see how you avoid it. Like, he's been bananas. Let's see what he did. Yeah, 6'2", but what, 63, 53, 19, 19, 63, 31. I mean, my goodness. Yeah, I would have some interest in Cruz. Maybe a Mitch Garver because he'd be tearing up left-handed pitching. So if he's starting, keep an eye on that. So Cruz, Garver, maybe a C.J. Cron, even Sano, I would have some interest in. So I'll probably be playing with that, trying to get some Minnesota bats in. And last game on a very early slate. Toronto and Tampa Bay. All right, so Tampa Bay. Looks like the lefties are in a pretty decent spot here, giving up a lot of power, a high wOBA. So maybe a Choi, Meadows, Sogard, a Killmeyer. if you need to fill in maybe some one-offs, or maybe you're full stacking. I mean, I'm not saying you can't. Always use a Tommy Pham or Denard. He's like boom or bust. He's going to hit a home run or do nothing for you, but always an option. Let's see what Toronto was talking about. Going against McKay. Maybe some right-handers. But he's striking out a lot of right-handers as well, but giving up a lot of power. So Bichette I would definitely play. He's been just, look at this. 27, 24, 12, 9, 15, 27, 12, 3. And this is since he's came up. I mean, you can't beat that. So take a chance. He's still relatively cheap. Maybe a Gurriel. Vlad Guerrero Jr., he's always in play. Maybe a Smoke as well. So I can see how you can get this Toronto bats, but I wouldn't want to pick on McKay. Let's get an idea. Let's look at some of these. Let's go all the way back up and just go through the pitching real quick. Mats, like he gave it up to Pittsburgh last time. But again, against Miami, I would get him in. I'll probably play him. Only 8,600, so you can still fit bats in. You take your chance if you want with Plesac. I think I'd rather some Texas bats. I don't want any pitching here. Minnesota's tough. Blowing out to Yamamoto. Look at that. Los Angeles and Arizona, those are tough. But shit, he's against Atlanta, 43, 27 points against San Diego. It's hit or miss, man. It's hit or miss. You can play him. I mean, you can try him for 7,100. Ivan Nova against Detroit. Give him a shot. I wouldn't mess with Perez. So this is what I'm saying. McKay against Toronto. I think I'll give that a shot. This might be my pitcher. Him. He might be my pitcher. I'm not sure yet. I might just go all the way up because you don't really need to save, I don't think. But I'll figure all of that when I'm constructing lineups later. But I mean, I like his matchup. Toronto, they don't scare me, even though, they got a lot of youngins. Tyler Alexander for 6,000 against Chicago White Sox. Why not? I mean, why not? I mean, we can get you 5 innings, get you a 21, 25. You'll be happy with that. 6K. No thank you. All right, so let's rock. Let's see what we got. These 2 o'clock games. No thank you on Colorado bats. But, for tournaments, if you were going to play one, I would take a chance on Blackman. Maybe Murphy. Because Cole will probably give up a home run. Well, no, that's more Verlander. Yeah. But still, maybe you want to, just because he's going to be very popular, I'm pretty sure. So sometimes you just got to get a bat in there and be contrarian. But overall, I'm not messing with Colorado. Now, we'll have some interest. Yes, please. Yes, please. Houston might be my favorite stack in the early only. Not the very early, but the early only. It might be a Houston game. I mean, he's giving it up to lefties. Almost 300 ISO. Over 400 WOBA. I mean, what's not to like here? So like I said, I'll probably start my Houston stack with Brantley and Alvarez. Maybe try to get an Altuve and Bregman in as well. Gurriel, he went crazy yesterday. Correct. I like all the bats. I like all the bats here. I mean, I'll even Chirinos and Reddick maybe. I got to look what their prices are, but I like all the Houston bats here. Favorite stack so far. Oh, Mr. Homer Bailey. I don't know what to do with you, man. I've been like loving you and hating you all this season, yo. Like I play you some and you do well for me. And then some days I'm like, I'm not playing you and you stink. So it's like I love it, but I don't love it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know when to play you, sir. But I don't think I'm gonna be playing you today. No, sir. 361. It's not great, but it ain't bad. I don't know. I got some interest in Chicago hitters. Yeah. I got some interest. Rizzo, Bryant, Baez, Schwarber, Castellanos, Haywood. I like them. Let's see what Oakland's got. It's Quintana. And he's giving it up a little bit to righties. Yeah. If I was to, I think I'm gonna just fade the Oakland bats here, but hey, do what you like to do. I'm gonna fade them. All right, St. Louis against LA Dodgers. Flaherty. Oh, Flaherty. Hit distance 193. He's striking out 21%. Oh, man. Striking out 33% of righties. But you know what LA Dodgers' power is? Those lefties, Peterson, Muncy, Bellinger, Seager, always in play. Bellinger's always in play. He's like Yelich to me. I don't care. I'll get him in the lineup. So with this, I would kind of check ownership, see what's going on, and get you some Dodger bats in, man. The lefties. Who's this May guy? Yeah, like I said, I don't know how long he's gonna be in. Not sure who the projected long starter is, and the Dodgers don't never keep their people in, so take that with a grain of salt. I'm not liking St. Louis, but maybe Colton Wong lefty or Carpenter. Azuna's back. Take a chance with him. Goldschmidt. I'm probably not going to get to any St. Louis bats personally. Let me make sure everything's still going. All right. Washington, San Francisco. Yes, Washington lefties look like they're in a decent spot. Hell, even some of the righties. They are at San Francisco, though, so the ballpark is not as great. But you can get, a Matt Adams, a Soto, a Eaton, a Turner, Rendon. I mean, I actually like 1 through 6 here. I don't know if I would full stack them. Maybe I get some one-offs from this game. San Francisco against Mr. Ross. Mr. Ross has been pretty awful. Both sides of the plate. So if you have the stomach to put some San Francisco Giants in, they're in a good spot right now. Like, hold on, let's see how long Mr. Ross usually goes. Let's get the early only. We're going to come back up. So let's look. His last 5 starts. 3. 26 pitches. Couldn't get out the first. 26 pitches. Gave up 5 hits. A home run. All right, here he got to 98, but still gave up 8 hits. 1 home run. 9 hits. 1 home run. 6. Oh, my God. A hit in 5 minutes. So that was his best. I don't trust him. Get some San Francisco bats in. Yeah, do that. Let's see, that's the last. Oh no, we got one more. Now hold on, what is this? Texas, Cleveland. Oh, they might be trying to do a doubleheader. I'm not sure if that one's involved. We'll get back to that, but let's check out some of the pitching real quick again. Like I said, Cole, decent spot. Cole's always in a good spot. But I'm not paying that price tag for him. No, thank you. Flaherty against the Dodgers, man. Flaherty actually has been putting up some decent points. Ownership. It's going to be at 13. Quintana. Only hitting. Yeah. Man, Flaherty, I might have some interest in you then, buddy. Not sure yet. Those Dodgers, boy, they can hit. Quintana. Yeah, 8,200. No thank you. Homer Bailey. Damn, I'm going to have to pick somebody. Hold up. Yeah, no, because I'm targeting him. Dustin May. No. Sean Anderson. No. Joe Ross. No. Damn. I said I like Chicago bats. Homer Bailey. Just hoping you have a subpar game. Man, I might be going with damn Quintana. Or Flaherty. Now that I'm looking at it, it might be a Quintana kind of game. I think this is who I'm going to go with. Man, or Flaherty. I might take that chance and go Flaherty and just hope the Dodgers bats don't beat him down. But he's actually been pretty decent, man. Pretty consistent as far as fantasy points. Man, that's going to be ugly. I guess Quintana is going to be my go-to guy, but I don't want to play him against all those righties against Oakland. Do I have the balls to play Homer Bailey against the Cubs? Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that out with lineup construction. Shit, I might have to just go up to Garrett Cole and find some cheap bats. That might be the play. But I don't know if I can go to Cole and still stack Houston. That's my only concern. So I'm going to put the Houston bats in first and then work around that. But anyway, let's go. Let's knock this out. Let's get to the main. Lukeshi. Been doing pretty decent. He's in a good spot against Seattle. I think I like Lukeshi here. Kikuchi. This is why San Diego's in a good spot. Look, he's giving it up. Lefties and righties. High wobbles. A lot of power at ISO. So I got a lot of interest in San Diego today. Tatis Jr., Machado, of course, Hosmer, maybe a Margot, Renfroe. I'm going to have me some San Diego bats in the main. Definitely. You can count on that. Let's look at Milwaukee. Gets Trevor Williams. I mean, he's just all right. He's giving it up the ISO. I like the Milwaukee bats over Trevor Williams, so I would play a Yelich, Moustakas, Grandal, even Grisham. He's been cheap coming up. Thames is cheap. I'll take my chance with Milwaukee over Trevor Williams. Junior Guerrero. Now, is he starting or is this Pomeranz starting? I'm not sure. Either way, maybe some interest in Pittsburgh bats. Frazier. I don't know what's up with Bell, man. He's been ice cold for a while now. But maybe a Sterling Marte. All right. This is the weather concern game. But long story short, play Yankees. I wouldn't even be mad if you got a Baltimore batter two in, man. Because Paxton, man, everybody be... I don't care what the numbers say. I know when I look at Paxton, he's giving up runs, hits. And I'm like, yo, as a Yankee fan, it's very concerning. Very concerning. You feel me? Look. I'm not making this shit up. Seems like every time I watch him, he had a decent start last game. Look, 9 hits gave up. 5 hits gave up. 7 hits, 2 home runs. 7 hits. I mean, this shit, he's just letting anybody on goddamn base. So I'm not too keen on no Mr. Paxton. But I mean, against Baltimore, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be pretty chalky. You do with it if you like. I'm not messing with him. I might get a Mancini in just because I know he's gonna give up a hit or two. Mancini's probably their best hitter. But anyway, New York, Mr. Memes, actually doing well against lefties. Not so well against righties. Well, decent, not bad, but he ain't striking them out. And New York has a lot of power. So I want LeMahieu. I want Judge. I want Torres. I want Urshela. You know what I mean? Hell, Toshman's been hitting the cover off the ball lately. Yankee bats. Just get Yankees in. Just do it. KC in Boston. Edward Rodriguez. Oof. Lefties. I don't know. Maybe I would consider a Gordon, but I think I would rather Rodriguez over the Kansas City bats in this matchup. But not you, Sparkman. Oh, how are you giving it up to lefties? Doing decent. Not bad against righties, but I think I trust you, buddy. Let's see what you've done. So Rodriguez, he's been decent. I mean, hell, he's given up 7 hits, 1 home run, but these are against the Yankees. You feel me? He's been pretty damn good against everybody else. This is probably gonna be my pitcher when we get to him, but this guy, Lukeshi. I might be getting me some Lukeshi in today. What was that? Oh, Mr. Memes. See what I'm saying? So they got Drew Pomeranz on. Sparkman, there you go. Look at besides that one game against the Chicago White Sox, look at this shit. 9 hits, 2 home runs. 9 hits, 3 home runs. 6 hits, 1 home run. Going against Boston, put Boston in your lineup. I mean, the main's going to be easy. New York, Boston, put them in your lineup. Hell, I might do a 4-4 with that shit. Who knows? I'm thinking about making a 4-4. Definitely a 4-3-1. But got concerns with that Yankee game. It's the only thing scaring me. Other than that, let's see what we got. Mr. Gallen, I like he's doing well. I'll probably be fading Philly. I might get Gallen in my lineup. Oh, Vargas. He's like Homer Bailey this year, man. Like, he hasn't been that bad. He hasn't been that great. Some spots he show out for you. Some spots he get tagged. I'm not sure how I feel about this yet. I'm gonna be doing more research on this throughout the day. But let's take a look at Mr. Vargas. His last few games. I mean, they got him projected for 25. He did well. Chicago White Sox. Did decent, 32, 29. I mean, listen, not that crazy of an idea. Not that crazy of an idea. I'm going to put it this way. I wouldn't I ain't going to say that. I just don't know if I would like full on stack Arizona, man. Like, 1 hit, 5 hits. It just seems like he limits the runs a little. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know how to feel about this yet. You know what I mean? I'm going to just be honest. I'm gonna dig into that a little deeper because the pool is a little shorter. You know what I mean? That's the last game. So you hardly got any games that you could target. I mean, you know, especially if the Yankee game get rained out. I mean, that's 2 teams off, so you really stuck. You know, Boston bats. You have to find some bats somewhere else. maybe San Diego, like I said. So San Diego and Boston, Milwaukee. Those would probably be my favorite stacks, I guess, just looking at it, just going through it right now for the main slate. So, yeah, man, that's what I would do. That's it. Yeah, San Diego. Because I got a feeling this Yankee game is going to get postponed. Don't get burnt like I got burnt last night. Keep an eye on it. Check your Twitter, the Kevin Roths of the world. And there's other places to check for the weather for the day. But, yeah, man, that's going to be it, man. I want y'all to go ahead, like the video, subscribe if you like, you know. But just wanted to break this down. Want to get back to our winning ways today. But appreciate y'all coming through. Love for all y'all, man. Let's eat today. Let's all eat. You feel me?